guys, and how are you guys doing? Last week was an interesting week as we saw that we closed the week with a massive drop on gold. Now, in fact, I think on Thursday, I posted in our group and I said, listen, gold is about to give us a massive drop. And the next thing we see was that drop. So that was not much of a surprise for us. Now, at the beginning of the week, or the analysis that we gave last week was that we said gold will most likely come up to take liquidity, right, and most likely start to drop or push higher and try to drop from this other point right here. As you can see, after it took liquidity from here, it just began to tank. Now we're able to catch some sells, and we're also able to catch some buys here on Thursday, and then Friday, or rather end of Thursday, we started seeing the drop, right? Now, but some of those trades were short-lived, right? Because I got taken out at break-even. In this new week, what do we expect? That's the question, right? So you need to watch this video to the end so you see what we're going to be looking out for. All right, and also if you've not subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do. Thank you. Peace, guys. Now let's do it. Let's do the top-down analysis. We're going to start from the monthly time frame like we always do. Now, looking at the monthly, we can clearly see that gold is generally been bullish for the longest, but now we see all this massive drop, this red candles on the monthly, which is giving us the indication that gold is bearish right at the moment. So gold is dropping. So like I said earlier, gold will most likely drop to around 4,000. Much later, we might see gold dropping to around 3,000, right? But what can we do? How can we look for an entry? That's the question. So let's go to the weekly. But before we go to the weekly, let's mark this level right here that I'm looking at. Let's just keep that. So this level is 4540 level. All right, let's just mark that. So let's go to the weekly. Let's see what things are looking like on the weekly. Now, looking at the weekly, we can still see that gold is still generally bearish on the weekly. All right, so in this new week, what can we expect? Now we can expect price to give us some pushback upwards, which is going to be like a retracement before it continues the bearishness downwards, right? So we could look for price to get to the 50% level first. That's the first level. We'll mark out the 50% level first. All right, so the 50% level is right here, 4429 level, 4430, and then when price gets into that zone, we could start seeing rejections. Mind you, we've marked out this level also right here, 4540 level, so we'll look at that. Also consider that level. Now let's go to the daily. Let's see what the daily charts are looking. Daily chart is looking like. Now good, now we can see things clearer now, right? So we can see that on the daily, price is very much bearish, right? And we can expect price to come into this 50% level. As you can see, this looks like a very key resistance level, as we can see rejections right here. All right, so there's a tendency for price to get into that place and give us the rejection that we need. All right, so let's go to the 4 hour. But before we go, let's also mark this level right here. All right, so looking at the 4 hour now, we can see this clearly now. So we mark this level because there's a tendency for price to come into this zone and start giving us rejections too as well. But I don't think that the rejections would last or would hold. I think price would eventually still push higher to give us a much more a larger retracement into the zone to give us the rejections that we need downwards. All right, so I think that's what we're going to be looking out for. That's what we're going to be looking out for. So we can try to capitalize on the push upwards and also try to get in on the sells downwards, right? So that's something we could look out for. Now, the reason I also mark this level, as you can see, this is also like a key resistance level. So if price doesn't respect this level, we might see price pushing up even higher, breaking this point, and probably wanting to take liquidity, like some of you call it, right? And then probably would want to push down from somewhere around that zone. All right, now the most important is, like I always say, when price comes into our levels, we need to just keep a close eye and look out for those rejections. You don't just enter blindly. All right, so these are the things I'm going to be looking out for. I'm going to be looking for price to come into this first level, and then from there I'm going to be looking for my sells. And if this level doesn't hold and it pushes higher into this other level, then I know it's still in the discount in the premium area, so price is most likely going to be giving us rejections around this entire zone. All right, so but let's just see how everything goes this week. But I believe this first level also will most likely hold. If it doesn't, then we know what we're going to look for. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see. I think I want to see something on the 1 hour. Okay, good. So this is the candle that gave us that massive, started that massive route during the news, right? So there's a tendency for price to take liquidity here, and there's a fair value gap right here. So this level, this first level, will most likely hold. So we should keep an eye on it. All right. So this looks good. So, but you can also capitalize on the buy, on the push upwards. Just look for good rejections from this point, confirmations, and then you can get in as the week opens. So that's my take on the charts for this new week. Let's see how it goes. If you're not on the Telegram group, make sure you join our free Telegram group. All right, that's it, guys. I do hope you have a wonderful trading week. So peace out, guys. Bye.